Should older people that age be doing these things to younger people at these events and hanging out with these same? Is there a cutoff age? That's my first question, right? My second question is, if you had a significant other, and if you knew exactly what was going on in these events, I just explained to y'all what's some of the things that was going on. That's one thing that was going on. I'm going to get into some other stuff. That was just one thing, right? If you know this type of stuff is going on, would you let your significant other go? Not let them, but would you be okay? Because they're grown, they can do what they want to do. But would you be okay with them going? I want to know. Leave it in the chat, man. So, let me see here. Genesis 1 said, we get it, fam. Trust, we get it. I'm just trying to keep it PG. I don't know, man. I don't want to get too graphic, okay? Red Lipstick Vibe said they was making a movie. A corn movie. Yes, that's exactly what was going on. I take it that you seen the video, Red Lipstick Vibes. Black Beauty said, I be feeling old now, but I will play Moss in Trini again. Just less booty shaking. Hey, I respect it, okay? I don't know. I've never been to Moss. I don't know what Moss is. I don't know what that is, but hey. Let me see. Travel One says, I've seen exposure in public settings is never okay. Who or what leadership approved a gathering of this type? Listen, obviously this was more than just one person. This was a conglomerate of people that actually probably put this together. Like I said, like I read off earlier, it started off in Jamaica in 2014 and it grew. It's holding 5,000 people each destination in the States. So it's got to be an organization now. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't just one person. It's a conglomerate of people that approving this, Travel One. So I'm just letting you know what you're up against, okay? I'm just saying. So let's go to the chat room. So let me see here. I'm about to show y'all some videos, right? And we're gonna talk about this. I need to know, we're gonna talk about this, right? Because it looked like they was having fun. I'm telling you the truth. It looked like they was having pure fun. Okay? So let's play this first video right here. So this is the first video I'm gonna play. As you can see, it's a lot of people out here. It's a lot of people, like in one condensed area. Okay, I'm pretty sure they peeing in the pool and somebody probably done throwed up. Somebody feeling on somebody else, okay? When I play the video, you'll see it's different age groups in this scene. This is in Houston, all right? This is in Houston, and one thing I noticed, most of the people are not even in the water. They just sitting around spectating. Everybody got their phones out. Look. Everybody got their phones out. So whatever you plan on doing, it's gonna get captured on the internet.
No Cap-tivity.
Whatever you thought you was gonna get away with, you ain't gonna get away with it at events like this. I just want to point that out. Listen, back when I was going to events like this, it wasn't, we had Nextels and stuff. I'm showing my age, but I'm just letting y'all know. We didn't have a lot of smartphones and phones where you know, it was just, taking pictures all over the place. Video. Listen, these phones got 4K cameras now. Extra zoom quality. If you thought you was gonna get away with what, you ain't gonna get away with shit. Okay? These events has caused a lot of divorces. It's not a game. See, before I play this video, right? Just the notion of my significant other in that water with other guys in that water. Now y'all can call me insecure if all y'all want to. Y'all can say, Freezer, you just insecure. You're not on that level. You probably need to go to therapy. So y'all gonna put all that stuff on free. Y'all gonna say I need to go to therapy and all that stuff. But I don't care what y'all say. My significant other is not finna be in the water with these guys. Or these girls, as a matter of fact. But really these guys, let me tell you something. There's no officials out here refereeing. There ain't nobody out here telling people not to touch nobody. That's the problem with these events, right? They ain't got no kind of regulation. It's just free for all. Everybody's expected to handle themselves accordingly. Let me ask you a question. Do you really think these people will handle themselves accordingly? Let me play the video for y'all. This is the first video. Y'all check it out, man. As y'all can see, they're having a good old time. I don't know if this is an all-white party. They throwing money in the air. They're having a great time. Mocha Fest live in Houston. Would you let your significant other attend something like this? Would you be okay? I keep saying let because you can't let everybody grown. We know that. Would you be okay with your significant other attending an event like this? Especially what I was saying as far as what I described, a lot of the things that was going on. Now this footage right here was pretty clean. Okay? From what I understand, a lot of the freaky stuff was going on the outskirts. Now, like I said, I seen a 60-year-old woman in this, serving this dude up, just serving him up like it ain't nothing. I'm talking about she got him in the left hand and she got her drink in the right hand.
You so crazy.
Y'all see what's going on? Okay, so what y'all think, man? I'm going to show another video, but I want to know what y'all think about that. So that video I just showed, it don't seem like it's too bad. It don't seem like it's too bad. It seemed like they were just having good old fun. But I'm older now, right? When I think about it, I'm like, would I, okay, yeah, when I was younger, it was okay. It was okay, I felt like it was okay because, I wasn't thinking about getting married or nothing like that. Right? But when you're trying to build something, are events like that okay for you to go to or your significant other to go to if you're trying to build something, right? I'm pretty sure I just showed y'all couples. I just showed y'all couples that went there, right? I showed y'all couples that was there. Let me see. There was couples there. I don't know if they're couples. It looked like they was color coordinated. Maybe they was couples or not. I'm just guessing they was couples, but there was couples at the Mocha Fest. Would you be okay? let's go back. Let's play another video. I got some stuff lined up for y'all, man. Let me see. So this is another video right here. This is another video right here. Now, this is a closer view of, you know, what was going on in the same pool. Now, Black Beauty is in the chat. Maybe she I don't know exactly how many days this event goes on. I don't know exactly how. Genesis 1 said, I can answer that, Freezy. Cause 60 is the new 20 these days. Hey, apparently 60 is the new 20, apparently. But this clip I'm about to show, right? It's a closer view. People are having fun. People in the future, they're just living life free. Now, we ain't even talking about all the drugs that's floating around, all the hardcore. Listen, it's a lot of things that's different now than it was when I was younger. When I was attending, you know, cause this is not new stuff. I don't want y'all to think this is new stuff. This is traditional stuff, you know, with Black people and Hispanic. This is especially with Black people. This is traditional stuff. But there are differences I want to point out. The differences now is that back then we wasn't on all them harsh drugs like that. We was selling the drugs. We wasn't on the damn drugs like that. I'm saying as a whole, right? As a whole. But now these kids are addicted to hard drugs. The people that was addicted to hard drugs back then, they would fit in just fine right now with this crowd. Put your significant other in this crowd with the hard drugs. The salaciousness, the lasciviousness, the hypersexuality is at an all-time high. Put your significant other in this era. The only people I think that should be attending an event like this are people that just don't give a damn.
No Cap-tivity.
I'm pretty sure there was wives all over the place doing all kind of egregious stuff. I'm pretty sure. We ain't gonna talk about the men. The men get crazy. Okay, when they get, there's some guys when they get drunk, they leave it all on the table. Listen. Let me play this video right here. If you're just coming in, please like, share, and subscribe. Please like this video if you're just coming in. Play this video for y'all, man. Where did I put the damn video? Let me see. There we go.
Through my Ray-Bans.
They're just having a good old time. Right? So this video that I'm showing y'all, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I was trying to find the most cleanest videos I could find for y'all so I could just put y'all in the mood of Mocha Fest Houston. Mocha Fest Houston, y'all. Huh? It's a zillion cell phones out. I want y'all to pay attention. Before your spouse or your significant other tell you they're going to, I want y'all to wrap your head around everything. The nature of these events is totally different. Totally. They probably, listen, if this event ended on a Saturday, all these people probably attend their Baptist church on a Sunday. Look at them. Somebody had a baby. Not had a baby. Somebody got pregnant. Bet all your money in your pocket right now that somebody got. Bet that they didn't get pregnant. I'm gonna bet that somebody did get pregnant. Bet that somebody got turned out. Somebody who didn't used to mess with the same sex, they mess with the same sex now. This is Mocha and Gomorrah. Yup. Mocha and Gomorrah, listen. Let's go to the home screen, y'all. So, what y'all think, man? Mocha Fest Houston, I heard about this event a while ago. I heard about it. I'm gonna say I heard about it in like 2020, but I didn't know that they got down like that. I'm telling you, it's Mocha Fest. I'm just thinking, mocha dances and all that kind of stuff. Hey, I don't know, man. Okay.
No Cap-tivity.
I just thought it was just some, good, clean, mature fun. That's what I thought. But would you let your significant other go to an event like this? Would you be okay with them going? If they went with I'm saying, my thing is, how do you know I'm gonna put it out here like this here. Your significant other might be a mature person. I'm not saying everybody that goes to events like that, they're not going, they can't handle themselves accordingly. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that people can't go to events like this and keep it cool, keep it copacetic. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that the influences that's around in these events, the influence that's involved in these events, the things that you might see, right? Do you have to question your husband's company or your wife's company? Do you have to question who they hang around for them to want to go somewhere like this and drag your significant other to events like this? Do you have to question your significant other for even hanging around somebody like that will want to go somewhere like that? Or am I over-exaggerating? Have y'all seen the video I'm talking about? The video with the explicitness? Have y'all seen that? Because if you haven't, you won't be able to wrap your head around what I'm saying and the stuff that I'm visualizing. Don't think that it just stopped with the footage I just showed y'all. Don't think it just stopped with that. It don't stop with the footage I showed y'all. I just showed y'all that because it was the cleanest thing I could find. Have you seen the explicit video? Have you seen this video? Because if you haven't, well, I wouldn't advise you to see. I wouldn't advise you to watch it. I'm not saying. I'm just saying, if you haven't seen it, and if you do run across it, listen, you're gonna understand what I'm trying to tell y'all. What I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in the chat in a minute. Oh, let me see here. People have been coming through. Shout out to April Carter. April Carter in the building. Thank you for being here, April. I really appreciate you. Who else? It's shout out time. Shout out to Von Bryant. Von, I can see you going. Von, you look like you're a little freaky now. You look like you might go. I don't know, Von. I'm just joking, Von. I done talked to you enough to know what kind of man you are. I already know. Let me see who else is here. Shout out to the Harris tribe. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here, Harris tribe. Shout out to my boy Wally. Wally, what's going on with you, bro? What's going on? Shout out to my sister Gail. Shout out to you, Gail. It's always delightful to see you. Always delightful. Me and Gail we always holler at each other every time we see each other, no matter where we at. Listen, y'all. Shout out to TBE Trucking. Shout out to TBE Trucking. I'm TBE, we're gonna have a discussion about this. Okay? Like I said, y'all, I'm not trying to paint a picture like I'm innocent. This me. This Freezy. Okay? I done did some things in my life I had to repent for. But now that I know better and I can see clearer now, right? And I'm looking at this stuff. I'm looking at this video. Right? I'm looking at this video. I'm saying to myself, what if right now, if I had the same mind back then that I have now, would I go to something like this? I mean, what this 60-year-old lady was doing was just plain out nasty. This lady looked like she was about 60, 62, 63 years old doing the slurp to this dude in the pink hat right there to your left. The slurp. That's what she was doing. Okay?
This one here for the thug.
I don't know. If I had the same mind now that I had back, that's the funny thing about your mind, how it evolves, right? You look at things differently. Right? I wouldn't even feel right. Okay, at my age, I wouldn't even feel right just being in the vicinity and taking part in these certain acts that I seen with 18, 19-year-old girls, right? The things that I seen, right? Not only, let me explain to y'all. It wasn't just the 60-year-old lady. There was also another incident where this girl got on top of this man and she put her private part in his mouth while he was sitting down. She got on top of him and he was going to town. This wasn't in a private room. This was, listen, this wasn't in a private room. It was right out here in the open in front of everybody. It was right out here in the open in front of everybody. This wasn't a private affair thing. When the things that I'm describing to y'all that was going on, this wasn't a private thing. This was right out here in the open. The girl was sitting on top of this dude's face. She was sitting on his face and he was going to town. Now the dude looked at much older and the girl looked at, let me tell y'all something. The guy looked at about 50 years old. The guy looked at about 50 years old and the girl looked at about 20. right out here in the open, like it ain't nobody business. You damn right, Gail. Herpes, warts, yeast, BV, everything. They don't care, Gail. They don't give a damn. I'm gonna tell y'all something else that was going on. See, I don't want to keep telling y'all everything that was going on. Another thing that was going on, it was two girls. Listen, it was a girl laid back on a beach chair, and another girl was going to town on her. I'm not lying.
That's all you do.
No.
You rap.
She was going to town on this girl. Do y'all know what I mean when I say going to town? Y'all want to say alcohol and excuses for whorish behavior. Hey, man. Yeah.
No captivity.
They don't give a damn. Listen, I'm trying to explain it. The girl was going to town in between the other girls. And they were just doing it, you know, like it wasn't nothing to handle their business. I'm talking about in front of all these people that I'm showing y'all on this video right here. It wasn't in private. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, the big question is, would you be okay with your significant other attending an event like this? I'm not saying your significant other would get down like that. I'm not saying that. Okay, I trust most everybody in this that's in this chat right now has good taste and good choices in people. I'm pretty sure everybody knows how to vet very well, but still. What if they just said it was all in good fun? They would just want to take a girls trip to Houston. What if they was already in Houston and they said they just so happened to go to this event? Would you have a problem with it? Or am I just over exaggerating? I don't even know what this word is, Vaughn. Gonna Gonaciferepapades. That's what it's gonna Gonaciferepapades. I don't know. I hope I said it right. I don't know. Would you have a problem with it? What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Come up if you would like. I'm gonna be talking about this, right? But listen, let's just talk about the drugs, the influences. I talked about the alcohol. They're doing harsher drugs now, right? They're doing harsher drugs. Take that into consideration. Harsher drugs. We've been drinking alcohol, so I'm not even gonna count that. But we do know that the harder the drugs, the more effect it's gonna have on the alcohol. It's gonna have some kind of. Listen, I done seen people on this. These people on fentanyl, y'all. These people is on Flocka.
No captivity.
Damn, the cocaine. They was on cocaine. That was probably one of the hardest things back then. The cocaine. That's what they was doing back then. And everybody wasn't doing that. But everybody doing pills. Everybody doing perks.
Just waiting for the thug.
They doing perks and they doing all kind of stuff. Crack rocks ain't got nothing on the stuff they doing right now. Nothing. Let me try to say it again, Von. Von said, Ghana, syphilis, herp, AIDS. Ooh. Von, I don't even want to know what that is. Ghana, syphilis, herp, AIDS. Lord have mercy. That's right, Harris. That the Waka Flocka. Listen, I'm telling you.
Just waiting for the thug.
They ain't playing. They're not playing. Another thing that I didn't touch on was the sexual the SA, people getting SA'd, right? It's with the influence of these type of narcotics, I can imagine that even that has increased. So you put yourself in an environment like this, especially if you're a female, I can't imagine how much more vulnerable you are. Let me light the incense. I got a lot of incense. I can't imagine how much more vulnerable females are. I'm just giving y'all the nature of everything. Everything, the hypersexuality. If it was at a 5 when I was younger, it's damn near at a. If it was at a 5 then, it's at a 50 now.
Just waiting for the thug.
If the hypersexuality it was at a 5 then, it's at a 50. I'm 51. Okay? Y'all gonna make me cuss.
I'm at the
So let's talk about the sexual A. I don't want to say the whole word, the essay. Y'all know what I mean. If you feel it in your heart, hit the super chat, hit the cash app. I will be reading them. Don't worry about that. Let's talk about the essay, right? I'm pretty sure it's way more active. I'm pretty sure that the type of influence that these drugs are having on these young adults, I'm gonna just say adults in general. I'm pretty sure it's the people are suffering from these acts way more now than ever. I'm pretty sure. Would you be okay with your significant other going to an event like that? Knowing all of this, right? Knowing all of this, would you be okay? Now, I talked to some people in my private life. They say it's not a big deal, Freezy. This is how the discussion came about. They say it's not a big deal. Listen. It's about trust.
No captivity.
So let's talk about trust. Let's talk about trust. Is that all you need? Should you just be able to trust your significant other and be able to go? Be able to let them go and be okay with them going. If you should trust be The main issue, as long as you trust them, as long as you know their character, it's okay for them to be around that. Nobody thought that we have this kind of conversation. Is it okay? Is it okay if you just trust your significant other? They're not going to participate in these things. You know your significant other enough to know they're not going to participate in that stuff, right? You've been around them. You're going to sleep with them. You pretty much know they're not going to participate in this activity. But would you just be okay with them being around it? Would you be okay with them being in the vicinity of the 60-year-old lady putting her mouth on that young dude with the pink hat on? I'm talking about they just in the vicinity. They're not participating, not partaking in that foolishness. They're just close enough to see what's going on. Is that okay? Gail said, nah, I'll be too scared. I might leave there with some. All that goings on. Hey, man. All that goings on. All of that is goings on. I'm telling you. Genesis 1 say, trust in somebody who can critically think clearly enough to say, we not going to some bull-ish.
No captivity.
Hey, man. Some people say trust is enough. Genesis. I got accused of being insecure. I got accused of being old-fashioned. I got accused of not trusting my partner. Now, my wife would never attend no bullshit like that. I just want to put that out there on the record. But I got accused of if my wife did want to go, and I should know my wife good enough to know she would not partake in anything, she would not do anything to violate me or disrespect me. So I should be okay with her going. What y'all think about that?
Captivity.
What do y'all think about that? Harris Tribe said, no bueno. No good. Harris Tribe, let me tell you something. There's some people that disagree with you. Thank you, Gail, for keep putting the link in the chat. I really appreciate you. There's some people that will disagree with you. I had talks with them. I've had talks with them. I'm pretty sure most of these people go to church. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, y'all. This why I really don't. Let me tell y'all something. I used to be a faithful churchgoer. I used to go to church faithfully. I used to pay my tithes every week, 10%. Okay, I'm telling y'all. When I was young, I used to be in the choir. I was on the usher board. Listen. I don't go to church no more. All these people that was at that damn, look at this shit. All these people, they probably go to my damn church, my old church. All these people go to my damn church, probably. Every last one of them going to church on Sunday. And y'all want me to go to church and these people out here, all these people doing freaking stuff, and they going to church catching the Holy Ghost. But y'all say Freezer wrong for not going to church. I hear you out there, Von Brian. I know you're talking about me.
No captivity.
You think listen, I cannot deal with a bunch of hypocrites. I can't. Look at this. Let me pull up the other video. Let me pull up the other video because y'all think I just be playing Y'all think this stuff is a game. Yeah. I heard you talking about me, Vaughn. All these people that's in this video, they go to your church, Vaughn. All these people go to your church, Vaughn. Shout out to Diva at 30 and beyond said, but we are the church. We should live by example. And that is not a good example. Hey, I'm with you.
No captivity.
But guess what church people say? Y'all know what church people say. What church people say? Now, y'all know all these people go to church. What do church people say? They say, don't judge. You can't judge them. That's what they say. They say you can't judge them. They can do what they want to do as long as they believe Jesus Christ died for their sins. They should be able to do what they want to do. All these people going to heaven, even the 60-year-old lady that was giving Georgia Dome to the boy. Why I don't go to... Listen, look at this stuff here.
You so crazy.
Am I wrong? Am I making too much out of it? Because there was people there older than me. There was people there 60-some years old having a good old time with their drink in their hand, getting slizzard. Okay? Getting slizzard. I want to give a shout out to Princess C in the building. I'm gonna acknowledge everybody that come through, man. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you. Let's have the conversation. Nah, listen, I don't really drink as much as I used to. You know, I started out drinking cognac. No, wait, was it cognac? I started out drinking gin, and then I went from gin to vodka, and went from vodka to cognac, and then I started drinking tequila. I don't really drink like that no more. My mind done changed. Am I getting old? Is that the problem? Is that the reason why I have a difference of opinion now than a lot of the people I don't talk to? I'm telling y'all, it's people out there, they disagree with me. They don't see nothing wrong with this. They don't see nothing wrong. They saying I'm old-fashioned. They saying that I'm making too much out of it. They saying they would go there with their wife. They would go there with their significant other. But you know what I noticed when I talk to people? More so, what they say most people would rather go with their same-sex friends. Most guys would rather go with their homeboys, and most women would rather go with their homegirls. Why is that? Why is that, y'all? Why do you think? Now, I will say this. You know, if you want to go with your significant other, and y'all want to, if y'all want to look at that nasty stuff together, hey, that's on y'all, man.
No captivity.
If y'all want to look at that nasty stuff together, that's on y'all. But that is a little bit better than you allowing your significant other go with they home, with they clique. That's a little bit better. It ain't all the way better, but it's a little bit better. Diva, I already know, but you know what the church people gonna say. You can't judge me.
No captivity.
That's what they gonna say. What my boy Wallace said? Wallace said, he dead, man. Wallace said, can't hold the demons accountable because they not looking for correction. They're looking for crazy vibe. They got crazy, all right. It got crazy, all right, Wally. I'm telling you right now. It got beyond crazy. Gail say they telling the damn like, Gail, they tried to shame me. They tried to shame me and say, you just insecure. Oh, that's another thing they gonna put on you. That's another thing they gonna put. They gonna say you're insecure if you tripping about an event like this. They said I was insecure and I was unsure of myself, and they even took it as far as you shouldn't be with your wife if you thinking that hard about it. They went, listen, I got into a stone cold argument, Gail. Yo, they tried to shame me. Hit the like button, y'all. Please hit that like button. No captivity with freezing.
No captivity.
Yeah, they tried to shame me, Gail. At one point in time, hold on. At one point in time, I was like, damn, am I wrong? Let me tell you something. People will make you feel so bad sometimes, they'll make you second guess yourself. They'll make you say, "What? Am I tripping?" They'll make you say that. If you talk to people too long enough, they'll make you say, "Am I tripping?" When stuff going on like this. Look at this boy. This boy is getting served up. Look at this boy. That boy to your left with the pink hat on is getting served up by a young lady, and that older lady with the red shirt on in front of him. She's 60-some years old. Served up. Got 3,000.
No captivity.
Got 3,000. I ain't lying, Wally. Wally, you laughing, but I have to laugh to keep from crying. Yeah, okay, it's bro. Have you seen that video? Have you seen the video that I'm talking about? I'm talking about the viral video. Have you seen that video? The viral video. I'm pretty sure they got it on Pornhub or X video somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's done made its way over there. Okay? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Listen, mind you, when I used to go to, Memorial Day weekend when I was younger, when I used to go to Black College weekend in Daytona and stuff like that, listen, I'm a Kappa. Okay, I pledged that Florida A&M University. I pledged that FAMU. We used to throw this event called the Kappa Luau. I don't know if some of y'all heard of the Kappa Luau. But we used to throw an event called a Kappa Luau.
This one here for the third.
I don't even want to tell y'all what used to go on out there at the Kappa Luau. It used to be at a big ranch. It had about 30-some acres. Okay, the owner of the land, he decked it out with palm trees. It was a lake in the middle. It was gorgeous. I don't even want to tell I don't want to tell y'all some of the things, but the difference is back then, they used to, whatever they was gonna do, they used to do it. They used to go find a secluded area. Now it's just all out. It's Black Woodstock. Okay.
I'm at the club.
It's Black Woodstock. That's what it is, all out in the open. It's black hippies now. It's just black hippies. Y'all know black people didn't used to party like white people back then. White people just used to do stuff all out in the open. This is another thing I want to talk about. Black people used to do stuff all out. No, not black people, but white people, they forever did stuff all out in the open. When they party, I'm talking about they snort their cocaine out in the open. They having the girls on girls out in the open, girls going wild. White people been doing this stuff. But what I see what's been going on, black people, right, have migrated into white culture. Hard drugs. I'm talking about white people, black people doing acid now. Right? Black people can hang out with white people now. A black person can go to a white thrash party and just and fit in and they won't even stick out like a sore thumb no more. They won't even stick out like a sore thumb no more. Black people is just buck wild. Buck wild. I'm telling you. I think that's my cousin right there in the middle. Look at him. Right there holding his hand up. Look, the dark skinned dude. Y'all see that dark skinned dude? In the middle of the pool. The fat dark skinned dude right there in the middle of the pool. That look like my damn cousin. Look at him. With his hand up. Having a good old time. Y'all see him? Diva, you best believe it's a whole lot of that going on. Cheating? That's an understatement. It's a whole lot of that going on. It's women that ain't never had a threesome before in their life. Guess what? They had one at the damn Mocha Fest. Look at that. Am I over exaggerating? Please tell me if I'm over exaggerating. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting too old, man. I'm getting old. I'm in my 40s, y'all. Okay? Sometimes I feel like, am I just not with the times? Or I try to stay in shape. You know? I try to look as young as I can, but I think my mind is like 80 years old though. You know? We want to party all the time. We want to party and just, you know, the only people that's actually that it makes sense to be there is the people that's actually throwing the event, the one that's making money. We need more. My thing is we need more examples, you know, amongst us. We need more good examples, right? These people, most of these people that are out there, I'm pretty sure 98% of them got kids. I'm pretty sure 98% of these people got kids. Guess what their kids gonna do? Repeat the same activity.
No Cap-tivity.
Most of them kids know their parents went to the Mocha Station Fest. And they gonna repeat the same activity when they get older. That's just what's gonna happen. Yeah. It probably was some kids there. It probably was some kids that was under 18 now. I'm willing to bet that. Let's talk about the women that was there, right? I hear so often on YouTube, on the internet, and off the internet, offline as well, in real life, that they want to get married. These women want to get married. They want to have families. You know, they want to carry on prosperous lives. They want a good man. They're not going to settle for less. They're not going to settle for a man that's not on his purpose. They're not going to settle for a man that's not on his purpose. Well, you partying. You partying in Houston, Texas with a man that look like he ain't even on his damn purpose. Because if that's your damn purpose, I don't know what kind of purpose that is.
No captivity.
But everybody talk a good game, right? But we will go in groves to something like this. You want a man on your purpose, but you gonna go to some bullshit like that right there. Let me tell y'all something. If I was the type of dude, let's just say if I had some time to spare and I had that mindset. If I was I'm finna tell y'all some real shit right now. I'm finna tell y'all some real shit. Clip this. If I was the type of dude to go to some shit like that right now, right? If I seen a woman there and she stayed close to me in my vicinity when I got back home, and we had the opportunity to, let's say we met up at a sports bar later on or something, and we had the opportunity to actually talk, that would be in the back of my mind. I would bookmark that. I would check mark that in my head and say, man, that lady was at the damn Mocha Fest. Yeah, I would say that. Don't let me see you there. That's where a lot of women, that's where they make the mistake. They don't understand. You get seen at these events and dudes remember you. They're gonna have fun with you while you're there. They're gonna give you hugs and everything. But dudes always, let me tell you something. When he stopped talking to you at that bar, at the sports bar, when he get with his homeboy that went on that same trip with you, he gonna say, man, you know that's that girl we seen in Houston.
This one here for the thug.
That's what he gonna say. You know that, right? He gonna say, you know that's that girl we seen in Houston, Freezy. You know that, right? That damn show was. God damn.
No captivity.
What's going on, Tyrone? My boy Tyrone in the building.
No captivity.
Yeah, that's that girl we seen in Houston on April 28th through the 30th. Freeze. That's her. You sure that was her, dog? Yeah, that's her. That's her, dog. The one with she was letting the dude pull the Casamigos down her throat. That damn show was her. That's what they gonna say. Men have a photo memory. We have a photo memory, I'm telling you. If I was a woman, I would not even want to be seen at no damn place like that. Look at this here. I wouldn't want to be seen. Listen, if I was a woman and I had things in my life that I wanted to protect, assets, a career, a reputation, I wouldn't want to be seen. I wouldn't want to be seen here. Okay, I wouldn't want to be seen here. And they throwing money. Yeah, that's that same girl that was throwing money on, dog. That's her. You don't remember her? Damn. What she had on? Bruh, that's the girl. Listen, bro. That's the girl in the white that had on the white bikini. Well, damn, all of them had. Bruh, that's the girl over there, standing over there. She was letting the dude pull the damn Casamigos down her damn throat. Yeah, that's the same one. That's the same girl. That's what you want on your rap sheet. That's what you want. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all, No, I'm not saying some women some women have gone to events like that and have survived the curse, okay? The men have gotten older and mature, the women have gotten older and mature. I'm not saying some men are just gonna you hold that against you. It's some men that can say, hey, yeah, we was there, we had a good time, we're gonna put that behind us. Right? I'm pretty sure it's a lot of men gonna say will be able to say that. But it's a lot of men will have check marks, right? You got to be careful. And Lord forbid you actually went there and got buck booty wild, huh?
This one here for the thug.
Lord forbid you really went there and got buck booty. You just went there and you let it all hang out. We know what you did. We know exactly what you did. You know what you did, don't you? Huh? You know what you did. If you want to have a discussion, come on, listen, if you want to have a discussion, hit the link, man. Okay? Don't be afraid. This your neighborhood homeboy, Freezy.
No Cap-tivity.
Let me know if you would be okay with your significant other going to the Mocha Fest, to something like the Mocha Fest, you know, anything that involves extreme hypersexuality. Is just having a level of maturity good enough? Is that what somebody like me need? Is that what people need in general? And just not sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat it. Don't get all up in arms about, you know, your old lady going to an event like that. It's not that serious. That's what they told me. They told me it wasn't that serious. Gail said, I may lose connection, so... Oh, okay. No problem, Gail. Yeah, that's what they said. I was young. Hey, Gail got a little ghetto in her now. Hey, Gail just like me. She know what I'm telling you. My thing is this, man. When I look back on my experiences, it doesn't affect men as much as it affects women. It doesn't affect men as much as it affects women. Men can go to stuff like that year after year after year, and women will not hold it against them. This is the lopsided balance that women do not realize. When women go to events like that, men remember. When men go to events like that, it's not a big deal. Men can do the most outlandish things at events like that. They don't care. I seen Diva try to call in again. I think I just missed your call, Diva. Call in. You don't have to. If you don't want to show your face, you don't have to. I can keep you in the back and we can talk. Men can go to events like that and just show and do the most outlandish things and will not get judged. Now, I'm not saying that it's right, but we have to recognize it is a double standard. That's why women have to be. I'm stressing this to women more so. Now, this man was sitting up here getting served up. See the man on the left with the pink hat on? He was getting served up. The people that they're going to remember the most from this image, from this video, this viral video, right, is the lady, the 60-year-old lady. Well, it's over with for her. She probably been serving niggas up for years, for centuries, for decades. Okay, she probably been going to town before I was born. But what about the younger lady that y'all can't see? I covered her up with the adult only sign. People are gonna remember this, what that girl did for the rest of her life. We don't take that into consideration though. We don't take it into consideration. Diva, I think you tried to call in. If you still want to call in, I'm gonna be up here a little while longer. Shout out to everybody that showed up, man. I want to know what y'all think. I really do. I really want to know what y'all think because they tried to shame me. They told me I was over exaggerating. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was some doctors out there, some lawyers out there, some nurses out there, right? Diva said the marital bed should not be defiled. Here you go. How you doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing fine. What do you think about this, Diva? Is Diva okay? I can just call you Diva?
It's Toy.
Toy, okay, I call you Toy. First of all, how you doing today? I appreciate you for joining my panel. I appreciate you for joining my panel. You've been here for a little minute. You've heard a lot of what I said. Like I said, I've had private conversations, not just on YouTube. I had private conversations. Toy, they told me that I'm insecure.
I don't think it has anything to do with insecurity. I wouldn't want my husband to go to anything like that. I think that this is horrible. It's a horrible representation. It really is. I mean, we should come further from this. This is awful.
I think that it's been going on for so long. It's only going to get worse. Now, I'm reluctant to say that, but it's just the truth, right?
It's the truth. It's absolutely the truth.
Now, when I was younger, drugs have always been around, right? Drugs always been around. But when I was talking about this, I was factoring in how much drugs are sensationalized now. Back then, it was more drugs being sold than being used in the black community, right? Now we have so many harsh drugs. And then when you put yourself in an environment like that and how violent it can get, especially for females, right?
Right.
I don't think people actually think about that. When they go to events like this, the females are very vulnerable.
No captivity.
That's true.
What do you think about that? When you wrap your head around that, and then people doing Percocet, they doing Flocka, they got stuff mixed with fentanyl. What do you think?
Bad.
When you mix, do you think, this is my next question for you, do you think the nature of these events is worse than it was, let's say, 20 years ago?
Absolutely, it's worse.
And if you think it's worse, why do you feel like that?
Because first of all, everything is on social media. Everything with facial recognition and everything like that. A lot of things are being swept up under the rug. It's bad for both women and it's bad for men because now in the generation that we're in right now, it's just not a good thing. All these lawsuits, think about what happened to R. Kelly, what happened to Bill Cosby, what happened. That was going back then. So think about now when you come to yourself and you grow up, all the men that are out there doing that, they have something to lose just as much as the women. And then now you got to feel like you've been I'm sorry, but screwed and set up on the shelf wet. I mean, it's and now people have video and it's constantly circulating. Like you said, this happened in April. This is now coming up again. So now you got to relive that all over again and again and again because somebody always has it.
You know what? You just made this happen in April. You just made a great point, and it resurfaced. What is it? What's August?
Yes.
That's crazy. It resurfaced in August. Now, I'm pretty sure the women that was actually doing whatever they was doing to the dude, they thought it was the weekend. What happened in Houston stays in Houston. They thought they got away. They're viral now.
Right. And what if they were married? What if they did have children? What if they were in the praise team on the church? This is now viral. Now somebody is seeing that. And then, like to your point, people are running away from the church now. People are not getting saved anymore because y'all are doing videos like this. And they're saying, well, if they can do this and praise and worship like they praise and worship, then why do I have to change? And that's my main thing about it.
That's a great point. So do you think that obviously these events are not conducive at all to even really go to once you really think about it, but we know the younger crowd, the young adults, they're going to live their life, they're going to experience different things.
Right.
But do you think there was a certain age where people should stop attending these hypersexual events? Do you think that, no matter what age you are, you should be, it should be okay to go to events like this no matter what age you are?
My mom taught me that you should stop and think. I think in everything in life, if we just take the time to stop and think how this is going to affect us long term,
Yeah.
I think that if we just stop and just thought for a second, because even with not off topic, but when this Freaknik documentary came up, and you heard all over the internet, "Oh, is your mama gonna be on there? Is your mama?" I ain't have to worry about that. My mama wasn't on that. You know what I'm saying? Nor was I. I'm an '80s baby, so I think that our kids need to be taught. We need to stop being friends with our kids and tell them the real. Look, you don't want to be caught on no type of video. I told my kids that. I don't think it's any age, but I think you said I heard someone say 60-year-old lady was in there.
Yes,
She
she
had
was the
no.
first one.
That's a grandmother. Why are you not showing a lady how to be a lady? Like really, what are you doing there?
Do you see the dude in the pink hat?
Right.
If you look in front of him, there's a lady, but she is a red shirt. You see an inkling of a red shirt right there to the bottom of the that's the old lady. She's about 60-some years old. She was serving this dude up.
Like why? What happened to our examples?
That dude looked like he was in his late 20s. This lady could be his mama.
Right. Right. Why are you there? You had no business being there. I don't care if you have the body, because a lot of these 60-year-olds, they now have the body that's, but you have no reason being there. Come on now.
Okay, so I got another question for you. Is it more about a trust issue? People have told me, Freezy, if you trust your wife, if your wife trusts you, you shouldn't have nothing to worry about. If they attend an event like that, if you know your wife, are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
So how long you been married, if you don't mind me asking?
Going on 7 years in November.
Oh, congratulations. So
thank you.
Obviously by now you know your husband, y'all done been through a lot together.
Absolutely.
So obviously you trust your husband because it takes a certain amount of trust to even stay married that long. Do you think trust has anything to do with why you should allow your significant other to, not allow, but be okay with them going? Does trust play a big factor, or does it even matter?
I don't think trust plays a factor in it at all because you could be a 100, right? And it
Hmm.
takes somebody else to do something. You know what I'm saying? You could have, I trust my husband. I trust my husband I mean, if he did, I do trust him. But it's not about him. It's about the other people that's in your surrounding. It's about what that looks like. And my husband is a minister. So
Oh wow,
why
really?
would you? Yeah, why would you want to go to something like that? That would have me question everything about your calling. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes.
you're definitely not out there witnessing to anybody. What are you out there? What would your purpose be? But it has nothing to do. It's not a trust issue. I don't think that has anything to do with trust because you could be 100% right, and it's the woman side of it. Like you said, they're on all kinds of drugs. What if something was to happen and you end up something getting taken advantage of?
Those are the untold stories, though. We don't hear about those
Exactly. We
stories.
we
Yeah.
won't hear about that till years later.
Yeah. Yeah. You say they ain't witness. They probably witnessing. They probably ain't doing the type of witnessing we want to hear about. But you know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
Yeah, but okay. So I thought this was an important topic because as time progresses, as we go into modern times and people get more modern and stuff, it seems like people are getting more liberal when it comes
Yes.
to the LGBT community. We got same-sex affirmation, same-sex surgery affirmation, whatever. People are actually standing up for people, to actually express themselves, no matter how it may appear. People should. They're saying everything is to be respected. That's the age we're living in. Okay, I just
But
did a show the
mhm.
other day where people are flying off the handle, right? This dude, this boy, I would say he's 20 years old, and he has a child from an 18-year-old girl. The child is 2 years old. He just went to Home Depot because his old lady wasn't answering his baby mother wasn't answering his phone call. He decided to go to Home Depot and shoot her and delete her, right?
Wow.
His mother told him if he didn't do it, he was a bitch. She encouraged him to do it. I just told that story just to kind of, describe the kind of times that we're living in.
It's different.
People like you, Toy, are becoming the minority, and people like that are becoming the majority.
That's true. It's true.
So, do you have kids? This is my next point I want to get to. Do you have kids?
Yes, I have 24-year-old twins, and I have a 16-year-old that's in the 11th grade. So,
What advice do you have for young adults that are new parents or whatever? What advice do you have for them to try to combat a lot of these demons? A lot of these evil forces, that their kids are going to be confronted with, because it's a battle. It's a battle
right,
between you and them.
most definitely.
What would you say? What advice do you have for these people who are new parents and stuff like that?
I think the most advice that I can give, you have to definitely cover your kids in prayer, right? But not moreover than that, we have to realize that I'm not your friend. We need to get back to, I
That's
know
a
it's a stupid
fact.
thing to say. We used to say stuff like, don't do as I do, do as I say.
Right.
But somewhere that changed, where it's okay, you can do as I do. And I think that came back to, like you said, we got this loosey goosey um, thing going on. We have everybody deserves rights and everything like this. And I'm not saying nobody doesn't have rights or anything like that. That's between them and God. All I'm saying is you used to have some type of respect. What went on behind my door doesn't go on out there. And so I think if we get to the point where we have to stop being these kids' friends, everything is not supposed to be done. And I tell my kid this all the time. When we went in school, we had to be clean shaved. Our hair had to be a certain way. We had stuff like dress codes. When they started this new trend where I can sue the school because they won't let me have my locks,
Mm-hmm.
I have the freedom to have locks. No, you are in school. You're there to get an education. Those teachers already got their education. So what does it matter if they say that your hair has to be a certain length? Then your hair has to be a certain length. But now we got these kids that, oh, I can sue, or I have the right to do this, and now they get into society, and guess what? Society chew you up and spit you out just like that. We have to get back to telling them how to act like a child should be in a child's place. You don't have the right to talk to me any kind of way, but that goes. I have so much conversation on that because it goes back to, I mean, I am woman, hear me roar, burning the bras. And I am a woman. I do believe that women should have certain rights. But now a certain community has more rights than a woman. In Texas, women don't even have the right over their body anymore. But this other group, they can shut anything down and nobody's held accountable for it. So I think we have to get back to staying in a child's place, letting kids know, hey, that's not just because you have the right to say something, do know that there's a consequence. For every action, there's a reaction. And I tell my son that all the time. All the time.
I did a show, my last show I did. This father went viral on a video because he popped his daughter. His daughter she looked like she was about 4 years old. She was in the living room twerking. She was twerking.
I remember that video.
You seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
her mother was right there in front of her. And I think her mother was videotaping it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The father came from behind, unbeknownst to his daughter, and he popped his daughter, and she abruptly popped out of that twerking position, and she started crying.
Right.
So it looked like these were young parents. The boy looked like he was in his late 20s. They didn't really show the mother's face, but if I was to guess, I would say she was in her late 20s too. It seems like these kids is getting a level of freedom. I'm gonna tell you something. Back when I was younger, my mama would have whooped my ass.
Absolutely.
They don't. Do you believe in ass whoopings now?
I sure do. But they took that. They tried to take that away from us. When that started going out, where kids start saying, "Well, I can call CPS." My mama used to tell me, "Call them and pack your bag because you're going."
Yeah, they used to try to run that on the parents back then, but parents back then didn't give a damn.
Nope.
Like you said, they used to say, call CPS.
Right.
No Cap-tivity.
And guess what? When they take you, stay gone. Don't come back.
Exactly.
That's what my mama used to say.
Yeah.
But it's like these kids are getting a level of freedom, and then you kind of can't avoid it. You can if you want to, but when it comes to these, a lot of these kids are growing up fast because the cell phones, the smartphones. You can pretty much see everything you want to see. Right? When I was younger, my dad, he used to have a collection of nudie books and all that kind of stuff. I used to sneak and see this. They used to have this thing called Cinemax After Dark. Cinemax, HBO, and I used to have to sneak and see this stuff, right? But I got caught a few times, got my ass whooped and stuff, right? But now you don't even gotta sneak. All you gotta do is
on your phone.
That's it.
But that's where parents have to get back to parents, and even I neglected in that. You got to start taking their phones. They shouldn't have phones to go to bed with, and this is something that I neglect. I should be taking. They shouldn't be going to sleep with their phones. Go back to buying them alarm clocks. Going back to where the computer was in the common area where you could see watching the kids. That's where we have to go back to.
That's a fact.
Because everything is at their fingertips, and that's really the sad thing, right about there, right? They get to see everything and they act in what they see. Like these viral TikToks, they start doing this stuff. Oh, everybody's breaking into Kias now, and they give you the how-to of doing it. So all the kids run and do that. I was just fortunate that my 16-year-old, he's a pretty good kid. He got a smart mouth, but he's a pretty good kid. But it's sad. But parents stopped being parents. I don't know when it stopped. I don't know if I was an 80s baby, graduated in 98. I don't know when it stopped, but parents stopped being parents.
Toy, let me tell you something. People don't believe in demons. No, people. I've met more people that are passive when it comes to God and demon. When I talk about demon, people laugh at me.
Right, but it's a real thing.
It's a real thing, and then I look at these videos and stuff. I used to be in the music business. Part of the reason why I got out of the music business is because people think it's a myth. Behind the scenes, people actually worshiping the devil, right? Practicing demonic acts and stuff. This is a real thing.
Right.
People are preparing music videos for kids to see purposely to captivate them. I could talk to them blue in the face, and people are gonna think that I'm over exaggerating and all that kind of stuff. If you knew exactly what goes on behind the scenes, things are actually purposely being put together and being produced for kids to actually. They might not believe these people in everyday life might not believe in demons, but I'm gonna tell you who do believe in demons. The people behind those cameras, the people behind the people that own these entertainment companies, the TV stations and stuff.
Right.
They believe in them. Right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to these demonic forces, do you even go that deep? I know you said your husband is a pastor. Do y'all even go that deep as far as think of it on that level as far as being demonic and spiritual?
Well, you have to know that's going on right about now, right?
Yeah.
If it was happening back then, it has to be going on now, right? A lot of people, we don't see it because we're blinded to the fact. The Bible says that there's scales over their eyes, so people don't want to see it, right? But you have to understand that there's a bigger. It has to be a bigger, because the enemy's best job, and he's doing a great job, is proving that God doesn't exist, right?
Yes.
You have people that's going to everything. Oh, there's a higher power. They have the 5%ers. They have all these things. The enemy's doing his job because Christianity has been so diluted. And back to what this whole thing is, your whole podcast is about. Like you said, there's people that go to church that's out there. We became so worldly, and it started at the church. So definitely there's demons. Definitely there's spirits. You know, if you go back, you said you were brought up in the church. You know the story of the man in the tombs where he was cutting himself. But
Yes.
demons recognize, they recognize that demon, legions. It was many of them in him. They recognized Jesus because it says he fell down and he worshipped. How? When he's been in the tombs, running back and forth, acting crazy. He recognizes it. So if I could convince everybody to not believe, I can run rampant. And that's what's happening. It's running rampant. But if you ask God for the, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, do you think the church has failed? Would you go that far?
Absolutely. We, as the church, because we promoted this, we were too busy on focusing on all these what is it, auxiliaries, you know, the pastor's appreciation and anniversaries and so on and so forth. But we lost sight. Back in our day when we went to church, the pastor would do an altar call, and it didn't say just come to the altar if you need prayer. It was like, if you knew, if you died today, where you would go. If you don't know the answer to that, come to the altar. And I don't know if you remember, the altar used to be flooded. It used to look like people running up there going to the altar saying, hey, I need, because I'm not sure where I'm going. We're not even asking that. We're having an altar call, and people are like, oh, well, you know, I feel they teach once saved, always saved. Yeah, but are you delivered?
I want to bring this up right here, if you could bear with me right here. I'm going to bring the scripture up where it says, thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrians, because thou wast unsatiable. Unsatiable means you can't be satisfied. You
Correct.
just want more and more, right? Yea,
Right.
thou hast played the harlot with them, and yet couldst not be satisfied. Do you think? Obviously, I know your answer, but you think that's come to pass? Do you think that prophecy has come to pass?
And that's crazy because I'm in Ezekiel right now. Of
Me
course
too.
it has.
Me too.
Of course it has. Of course it has.
It's powerful, ain't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's Ezekiel tripped me out. But definitely, absolutely, and that's where it takes people to the real church, which is us. You know, to just stand up. because we're seeing it. We're actually seeing it. I asked God to open my spiritual eyes, and now I want them to close because it's so scary when you're seeing it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I was one of those kids. I grew up in church, so I never had the opportunity to go to these types of venues. I wasn't never a part of Freaknet or the Kappa Beach
God
Party or
bless your heart.
I was never a part of that. So when I got wild, God said, He shut me down because when I turned 18 and tried to get wild, I got pregnant with twins. So I was shut all the way down because you can find
Right.
somebody to watch one child, but trying to find somebody to watch two, it's like, so I got shut down real quick. But I think that it's when I look back, all the stuff that I did do, I look back and I get emotional because I'm like, dang, I was supposed to be an example. Because I was always saying, I'm a believer. I believe in God. I believe Jesus died. I believe all this, but my example did not exemplify my Savior. So,
That's
with that
powerful.
being said, I had to make some changes, and I'm still asking God for forgiveness. And even though I know grace and mercy is there, I still have to be like, God, dog, how many people did I cause to turn away from the faith because I was saying one thing with my mouth, but my heart was far from him. So,
Toy, I want to say you've been a blessing. I really thank you and appreciate you coming up on the panel.
sure.
I also want to say God bless you and your family, your entire family.
Thank you. Same to you.
Just from hearing you talk, it seems like you're blessed and your husband is in good hands.
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to end the show in a little bit, but before you go, I want to encourage you to, if you can, tell your brothers and sisters about my show, because uh this I just started going live.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous every time I hit the live button, but I'm getting used to it. How you think I did today? You think I did
You
okay?
did great. You did great. And I definitely
Okay.
will share it.
Yeah, that's great. And do you have any last words before we part with one another?
Just keep doing what you're doing. I think there needs to be more brothers like you telling the real truth, being up honest and sometimes it's vulgar, right? But
Yeah.
it needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be more people, and there needs to be more people of color that's going out there, and we got to save our culture. Our culture is dying, and it's going to foolishness, right?
Most definitely.
um and I feel like if more people get together like you and I and link arms, and we're not talking trash about each other. We should really try to fix it and come up with a solution. I
Right.
think, and just keep on doing what you're doing, man. And I definitely will support.
I really appreciate you, Toy.
All
God
right.
bless you and your family. I see you again.
All right. Talk to you
Okay.
soon.
Okay.
Bye bye.
No problem. Wow, that was a blessing, man. For real. Yo, man, give it up for Toy, y'all. Give it up for Toy. Don't it feel good to know we got solid sisters still out here? Don't it feel good? Let me go out here. Genesis 1 said, I got my freedom papers when I left home at 21. You got your freedom papers when you left home at 21. Your parents did good. They kept you till you were 21. That's all right. That's all right, Genesis. Let me see. Wallace said, Freezer, stop acting like you got stage fright, bro. You a natural.
No captivity.
I ain't gonna lie, Wally. Let me tell you, listen, bro. Wally, you've been with me for a long time. I'm used to doing pre-recorded videos. This live stream stuff I got to grow it. I got to do it, keep doing it, grow the audience. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for my core. You, Genesis 1, Gail, Miss Piggy. I'm thankful for y'all. And everybody else that showed up, like the Harris Tribe, Black Beauty, Tyrone always coming through, Princess C. I really appreciate y'all. Travel One. I appreciate all of y'all. Real talk. Toy. I really appreciate you, Toy, for coming through. Okay, Gail, Von Bryant. I really appreciate you. Okay. I'm just going down the list. I'm shouting everybody out, man. We're a family over here. We're a family. Make sure y'all like this live stream. if you haven't already. Most definitely. April Carter, I really appreciate you. April Carter came through. Okay? TBE Trucking, I really appreciate you. TBE Trucking. I'm just going down the list. I'm just going down the line. Let me see who else I missed. Red Lipsticks Vibes. Thank you, Red Lipsticks. That's my sis right there. Thank you. Who else? Justin Wade, thank you for showing up. Hold on, let me. Oh, I got a Cash App, y'all.
Check the cash out, bitch.
Thank you, Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy sent me a $50 Cash App. Thank you, Miss Piggy. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Justin Wade, thank you.
Check the cash out, bitch.
Justin Wade, thank you. Justin Wade, for the $10 cash. I really appreciate it. Thank you, man. Man, I appreciate all y'all. I really appreciate all y'all. Listen. This has been a great show. Y'all think about what I said, man. I'm not trying to come down on y'all. You know, you can do what you want to do. But especially for the women out there, listen, think twice before you go to events. Always remember, the men ain't gonna tell you how we think, but it is a double standard. It is a double standard. I'm just letting you know that right now. All right? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel, No Cap-tivity with Freeze.
No Cap-tivity.
Okay? And on your spare time, to support stories like these, impactful stories like these, please send your Cash App anytime at $Freezer1976. And for those who haven't checked out my pre-recorded videos, I always say this: to free yourself, you must heal yourself. And until the next time, we out of here.
No Cap-tivity.